Hi everyone, today we are talking about mental health, how to improve your mental health. This is a great topic. My name is Dr. Karyn, if we haven't met before, and this is something I'm very passionate about. My doctorate's in marriage and family. I'm a professional mental health provider. Been doing this work for almost 30 years, started in the family practice. Now we do mostly in terms of leadership development in the workplace. But these, it's interesting, my career has evolved over the last 30 years, but the topic of mental health, I talk about it just as much now in the workplace and businesses as I did when it came to families. And so whether or not you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, parent, teacher, adult, young person, you're like, I really want to improve my mental health. This video is for you. So I'm going to be teaching you 7 things I want you to pay attention to. 7 things to really lean into this topic. I want you to be doing this all the time. But especially, in January, February, sometimes when, the month can be a little bit dark, it can be we're not, a little bit more gloomy. We really want to pay attention to our mental health. It's really important that we are prioritizing our mental health. All right. So first thing I want to do is I actually just want to read what is exactly mental health, because this is something that I'm often asked. And I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So mental health, this comes out of, this is the definition from Government of Canada. That's a reference. Here's what they say. Mental health is a state of your psychological and emotional well-being. It is a necessary resource, everybody, for living a healthy life and a main factor in overall health. It does not mean the same thing as mental illness. However, poor mental health can lead to mental and physical illness. When I started my practice coming up on 30 years ago, it was at a medical office. I worked with 4 amazing family doctors. And so because I work on the emotional side, they worked on the physical side, I could see that if people were not really taking care of their emotional well-being and their mental health, it a lot of times would have a physical consequence. And so emotional and physical, these two they're separate, but man, are they really, really tied together. And so it's really important that we are prioritizing this. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, everybody, I'm going to give you 7 tips. Number 1 is realize we all have mental health. A lot of times sometimes we think that mental health is like exactly as that definition said. We think of mental illness. It's like, oh, she's got mental health or he's got mental health. No, we all have mental health. We all have it. I have it. You have it. We all have it. And this is a resource. This is something that we really have to protect. We need to protect our mental health. We all have it, and it's something that we don't want to take for granted. We don't want to be sloppy with it. Just like we want to take care of our physical body and our physical health, we need to take care of our mental health. Okay, so it's really important that we actually see this as a resource, and I really like that definition from the Government of Canada. So that's number 1. Okay, realize that we all have it, and mental health is different than mental illness. Okay, so that's kind of number 1. Number 2, so how do we actually do it, right? That's the focus for this particular video, is how do we actually improve your mental health? I talk about lots of different tools here on my YouTube channel. By the way, for sure, sign up, subscribe to it so you can get notified of some of our other videos. But the focus that we really focus on is emotional intelligence. That's kind of where our niche is, leadership emotional intelligence. And we've got a great scorecard to help you measure your leadership EQ. And this kind of ties into with what I'm about to share for the second point. So if you would like to receive that as a free, it's free just to kind of help you assess your own leadership EQ, which is part of mental health. Just write yes below, write down yes below, and somebody from our team will actually send that to you. But that's a great way for you to kind of lean in and kind of get a little bit of data. So the second part is really, in terms of how do we improve our mental health, is focusing on our mindset. So how it works, and we do all kinds of different courses and teachings on this, but at the high level is we have cognition, okay? So we all have the ability to think, and how we think affects how we feel, and how we feel affects our behavior. So in the technical words, it's cognitive emotional behavior, okay? So those are the kind of the clinical, more technical terms. I call it the head, the heart, and the hands. That's just to kind of like simplify it. And so when we want to have a really healthy mental health, we need to really be mindful in terms of the thoughts that we're telling ourselves. So are the thoughts that you're telling yourself, are they healthy? Are they encouraging? Or are they toxic? And are they limiting? So the second thing you want to do to really focus in on to improve your mental health is start being aware and mindful of the thoughts that you tell yourself. What are the thoughts that you actually tell yourself, and making sure that you're telling yourself healthy, empowering thoughts? If you're a reader and you like to read, I talk a lot about this in my book, The Three Chairs. You can get off of Amazon, but there's a few chapters actually about how do you actually develop a really healthy mindset. So that's number 2. Number 3, another way to really protect your mental health is learning how to say no and to set boundaries. And so when you actually learn to develop and strengthen your mental health, you get clarity around, here's what's important to me. Here are the goals that I really want to focus in on for this particular year. I'm going to say yes to these things, and I'm going to say no to other things. So that's the third way to protect your mental health, is learning how to set boundaries and to say no. The fourth one, which I love to do, is focusing on gratitude. One of our courses that we teach is actually the power of gratitude and how it actually can change your brain. It's fascinating. And this is where, again, emotional and physical are so interconnected. But the power that gratitude has, and actually in terms of your brain, is amazing. And so that's another way, a fourth way to really help to improve your mental health, is to really focus on gratitude. What is your gratitude practice? I practice gratitude every single morning. I find it an incredible way to start my day. It's just to be thankful for, and especially when things are not going well, and especially when you feel like you've got a lot of roadblocks and a lot of things that are coming at you that are really difficult, and life can throw us a lot of difficult circumstances. We can still learn to exercise the muscle of gratitude. And so that's a fourth way, everybody, that we can really help to improve your mental health. The fifth one is really start looking at the people that you have in your life, the relationships, the friendships. Are you surrounding yourself with people that are lifting you and encouraging you, or are you surrounding yourself with people that are actually pulling you down? If you've seen my TED Talk, The Three Chairs, that's exactly what the TED Talk is about, is really figuring out what chair are we sitting in, and making sure that we're trying to sit ourselves in the middle chair and surrounding ourselves with people who are also sitting in the middle chair. So really start doing a little bit of an audit for yourself. Look at the relationships, the friendships that you have, and making sure that you are surrounding yourself with really great people that are encouraging you, and sometimes maybe challenging you as well. But they're people in your corner to really kind of lift you. So that's the fifth one, everybody, is to really start looking at your relationships. Number 6 is to set goals. It's actually one of the best ways, actually, in terms of how to improve your mental health, is set goals that are important to you. So not goals that other people want for you, things that are important for you. Okay, so I talk about this in the TED Talk. Again, free resource. You can go and watch it after this. But really start thinking about, what are the goals that I would like to set out for myself. It's a wonderful way to take care of your mental health and really kind of take the power back in your own life. And the last one, might actually surprise you. This is number 7. The last one I want you to think about when you're thinking about improving your mental health is, I want you to start looking at your finances. This might actually surprise you, but I've been doing this work for a very, very long time, and there's certain things that often come up that causes a lot of stress for people. It could be around relationships, not setting goals, feeling stuck, not having purpose. But the other one is finances. There's a lot of people, we see this in our businesses we work with, we see this in the families we work with, that if people don't really have a plan in place in terms of managing their finances, this can have a huge impact in terms of their mental health and their overall stress. So really kind of like lean into that one and think about your finances and really getting a handle on that. And that's another practical way in terms of how you can improve your mental health. So there's 7, everybody. So know that we all have it. Number 2 is really work on your mindset. Number 3 is boundaries, saying no. Number 4 is gratitude. Number 5 is doing an audit of your relationships. Number 6 is set meaningful goals. And number 7, getting a handle on your finances. And if you can do all 7 of those, I think you'll find that you really are improving your mental health. So hope you've liked. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out the other videos. We've got lots of different videos, all that are here to help you in your business, in your relationships, and your mental health. These are all free resources. You can come back if you've got suggestions. Definitely let us know as well. And hopefully we'll see you at one of our other videos.